Hello and welcome to Scarred Land, Sins of Shelzar, Episode 21, The Night of Chronicles, Part 1. Ooh. So last week we skipped because of an insurrection, but that seems to largely be better. Whatever. So this week we're going to come right back and just dive right back into the story. When last we met, you had all regrouped after your various separate adventures in the city of Leone, just leading up to the night of Chronicles. While you're there, or on your way there, I guess I should say, the group befriended Roan Smilingtail, a iron-bred cleric of Enkili, who has provided you with a place to stay in the Temple of Enkili for free in Leone. So you've all rested up, had a chance to chill out. The official party is due to start one day from now. So you basically have a day to have a grand old time or plan things or go get into some trouble or whatever you would like before the start of the festival. So you're all rested up. You've got whatever resources you have. What would you like to do as the sun rises on the day before festival?
Real quick, we're here basically just hiding out, essentially, right? We weren't supposed to meet anybody. I forget.
You had a message that you were supposed to deliver to the one of the librarians. In fact, you were supposed to open that message when you arrived in Leone.
Ah, okay. I will do that then.
All right, you crack open the scroll case you were given, and it's basically instructions that you were to find one of the librarians and assassinate them.
Just one of the librarians? I'm supposed to find a certain one, or?
Yeah, a specific librarian. Half a second here.
Mm-hmm.
Haiku's like, I'll kill all the librarians.
Right, am I just supposed to run around killing librarians? No.
Hey, man.
I just burned down the whole library? With everyone in it?
The books.
It's okay.
That's the problem.
I don't read. It's okay.
The books.
Yeah, he's got something very much against reading. There is a librarian by the name of Pirna.
Piermount?
Pirna, Pyrna. They're a manticora. It doesn't say why. Doesn't give you any information other than
that's fine.
That they are a librarian at the Hunter's Library.
Cool. I will. Wait, let me see where everyone's at first. I will probably relay this information to Holland and just let her know that I'll be out, scoping out for that then.
So you're going to tell Alan that you have some assassination to do?
Yeah.
You're going to tell me everything that you're going to go kill a person in the library?
Yeah, I got to go do a murder.
Okay. Did I finish his horn attachments while we were on the way?
Yes.
Yeah, so did I hand them to him yet?
I believe
Probably
so.
not. I don't. Yeah, if you did in game, otherwise no.
I didn't in game, so here you go. Have fun.
Thanks.
With your murder times.
Thanks. If I'm not
Don't
back,
do anything I wouldn't do.
if I'm not back by tomorrow, I'm probably dead.
Do we have that spell to keep track of each other? No, right?
You have not finished the tattoo, no, to allow you to locate one another? You haven't all been in the same spot long enough to get it done.
Okay, so I'll tell Haiku, if you were not back by tomorrow, I will come looking for you.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay. Awesome. So have fun. Iterashai.
And then I'll head out.
All right. Are you going to speak to anyone else? Are you going to avoid everyone else? What's your plan with the rest of the crew going into this?
I won't avoid anybody. I'll just walk out and hope that no one is a pest and tries to, be a mom, and try to stop me or anything.
Hey, Lou is the mom in this one.
That's fair.
Okay, Breck, you say that now.
Shh, Breck's a wingman now. Shh.
Did you just touch my lips?
No, you get out of there relatively unbothered. What would Breck be doing, since Breck, I believe, aside from Haiku, is the only one that doesn't actually need sleep, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So what is Breck doing with his downtime?
Charlong and I met up when everybody first landed, and we were probably working on that tattoo. So I'm probably trying to come up with the team tattoo that we made together while they're asleep, and I'll just start tatting people.
Okay. But you still don't have anyone who has access to that spell, is that correct? Or did Charlong learn that?
I thought we were looking for inks.
You did.
We may have to
inks,
wait
for sure.
For real life Charlong to answer that question.
I'm looking right. Not listed on their sheet. So.
Okay, because I know they wanted to start a tattoo. I assumed it was that one.
Yeah, so you can hire a spellcaster to cast that spell for you. It would have to be present during the tattoo. Otherwise, you'd have to wait until one of you can learn the spell.
Which one is it, Roz? I feel like the last tattoo was Taan's tattoo to grow bigger, and that was where tattoos stopped, from my memory.
Yeah, so we're looking for someone who has locate person or locate object. Because object could then be because I learned leather working, so I could put object onto a pouch, or if it's locate person, we could tattoo a person. Or wait, did you decide that we could do locate the ink on a person as an object, or was that one a no?
That was a no.
Okay, so that's why I learned leather working. So whichever one we learn first, we can put on stuff. I can hire a person, though. Is there someone in town I can hire to come with the locate person spell?
Well, so right now, the Night of Chronicles officially starts tomorrow, right? Tomorrow night is the kickoff. Mm-hmm. So there's all sorts of people pouring into Leone right now. It is definitely a different vibe than what you're used to when you see a festival day at Shelzar, in the sense that there's no drinking and open fornicating in the streets. But there are a lot of people. It's certainly as crowded as Shelzar can get. The other thing that you notice is that it's laid out much better. So it's accommodating to the foot traffic and the incoming caravans and things much more than Shelzar. Shelzar, you might be going down a main thoroughfare with your cart, and then the corner you need to turn down is literally too narrow for your cart to go down and shit. That happens all the time in Shelzar. Okay. And this place looks like it was built, at least in part, for this festival in mind. The traffic seems to be a very organized kind of chaos by comparison to what you're used to seeing during festival times.
Nice. So I'm doing that, and I'm pondering who, other than Charlong, I should tell this information to about Taan's tattoo, because I know she doesn't want to do nothing about it, but I feel like we should do something about it. and I'm gonna try to decide how to disseminate that information. But I already told Charlong, so they are aware.
Okay.
Can we call Tan's growing spell grow bigger, grow home?
You can. I won't stop you.
So do I have to mutter that before I...
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's your activation.
Yell it in your enemy's face.
I get extra bonus action.
So, are you going to go out and then try to find someone to hire?
Yep.
All right. Are you going out by yourself, or are you going to try to get anyone else to go with you? Are you doing this while everyone else is asleep?
Yeah, whoever's awake.
Okay. If you wait around for people to wake up, Haiku is definitely the first one to leave the room, but Haiku pretty much, I would assume, kind of beelines out the door unless you interrupt him.
Actually, I forgot something. Before I leave, I'll go to Breck and I will say, "Hey, if something ever happens to me, I got this ring, and it's like a little divine ring. I make it like visible again." Mm-hmm. And I say, if something happens to me, keep the ring. If you find my body, take the ring.
I remember the conversation we had where you told me that, like, you're crazy, you're going through all this stuff, and you know, thanks for help. And I'd be like, just come back. Just come back and we'll talk about the ring.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying, if something happens to me, take the ring.
Okay. Oh, deal. But still, just come back.
And I'll, like, fist pound him, and I'll head out.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Are you waiting around for the next sort of batch of people to get up?
Yep. Breck's doing first come, first serve. Wake up for an adventure in the festival city.
All right. So, we'll say I'm going to make this decision the old-fashioned way.
Oh, I feel like if the festival is starting today, Alland would wake up early so that she can scout like for rare metals and things that I can buy to make cool armor and shit later.
Well, this is kind
of... Are you up, Alland? We can go. Let's go, girl.
Yeah. So you see Alan get up and kind of come out. The rest of you can start to sort of hear conversations happening out in the hall.
So what are you gonna do while I look for metals? Metal.
Breck is gonna like pull as much metal knowledge out of his ass as possible to be like valuable during your endeavor, because you made him the super cool fancy weapon knife pen thing. But then also look for spellcasters. Special place in Breck's heart if you make him a weapon. Just special place right there. So he's gonna take care of Alland.
All right. So the two of you sort of walk out into the marketplace?
Yeah.
Okay. Charlong is going to stay behind and study up on the tattoo. Try to see if there's a way to stretch the ink out further. Ithrin.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing when you wake up?
Oh, yeah. So I think Ithrin would probably like check her pendant to see if it has done anything different. And then after that, next order of business is breakfast.
The pendant doesn't seem to have changed any. It's still cold to the touch.
Yeah, she's just expecting someone's gonna contact her about that at some point.
Right, that's fair. And Jean, I would assume you were staying at your own place and not at the temple. Is that accurate, or did you go crash at the temple with them?
Well, I assumed that I was going to go sleep at that one tavern that I like so much.
Okay.
But yes, I wasn't going to be at the temple.
Okay, cool. So you're up at the bar. We'll get to that momentarily. Ithrin, we're going to assume for brevity's sake that you and Charlie were sharing the quarters. Charlie, what are you doing as you hear Ithrin getting up and sort of skittering around the room?
I guess I'll get up. I should probably go. There's like, when does this thing start?
The following evening at sunset. So you have a full day and then another like daylight period.
I want to find out where I can and can't play. Because I don't feel like getting in a fight with guards and having Holland kill 100 guards because I played in the wrong spot.
Sure.
Is there precedent? Oh, yeah.
How dare you make those totally well-based and completely factual.
Wow. How dare you do it so well?
And if you do it, I go with it, so what the hell?
Right. So are you going to grab food with Ithrin first, or are you going to just head straight up to the city?
I don't know. Does Ithrin want me to grab food?
Yeah. I mean, Ithrin would be happy to have breakfast with anyone who wants to have breakfast with her.
Okay, I will.
Now you step out into sort of this main area of the temple, and there's kind of a perpetual feast going on out there. There's just a spread laid out. There's lots of wine laying around. Seems like these clerics of Nkili like to have a good time. So you're able to pig out pretty extensively if you so choose to.
Oh, definitely. And like probably try and sneak like some nuts and berries, like some food into her pouch, for later.
Yeah, you're sort of like, 2 handfuls to the mouth, 1 handful in the pouch, 2 handfuls to the mouth, 1 handful in the pouch.
And then, getting tipsy in between that.
Right on. Get that good 8 a.m. drunk. That's a good way to start your day.
Yeah, just be like, they have baklava. I haven't had baklava in years. This is the best. Nom, nom, nom.
And Lulu, when you wake up, what are you doing? Oh, Lulu's not there. Taan, when you wake up, what are you doing?
I would like to find the horseman.
All right.
I twitched the man.
You're iron bread, not horseman.
How friendly were you being with Rowan? Are you? You might not have to go far.
I was being very friendly, but I woke up not as friendly because I'm normal today.
Okay. Well, I guess it's up to you. I guess it's up to you whether you have to go to another set of chambers to find him or not. I'll leave that up to you.
I'm cool with being in his chamber.
Right.
I'll be like,
hey,
damn it.
Yeah, you wake up. You wake up in his chamber. You discover just how much an ironbred can snore. As he's laying on his side, sort of.
I will kind of accidentally like flap him with my wing. Like,
he opens an eye. Ow!
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
You're awake.
Yes, I am now.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sleep well?
I think I did. So I have a question for you.
Shoot. Anything.
And so now, obviously, like, out of game, I don't remember the priests that were attempting to attack me that one day, but I would like to ask about that.
The Priests of Manaway?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I'd like to ask kind of what their specialties are and explain to, because he's a priest, right, this guy?
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to explain to him kind of what happens to me a little bit.
Okay. He says, well, the Priests of Monoway, Monoway is a deity of the ocean. There's some butting of heads that happens between their church and followers of Evankili, partially stemming back to sort of stepping on each other's toes, but also just the fact that some of the priests of my priesthood are not above, pranks and causing general chaos and making people's lives difficult, especially if they get upset and we find it funny. So that has fueled some of that rivalry, I'm sure. But I don't think they're bad people, if that's what you're asking.
Well, they were pretty adamant on burning me, and they were saying that it was because I had markings on me, which I don't think I have right now.
Well, the one is, you have that one tattoo on your neck.
I still do.
Yeah, the one that was revealed hasn't, gone away, right? Nobody removed or covered it, so.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still showing.
Okay, then I would show him that. I think.
No, he's very acquainted with it already.
I have hair. My hair could have been down.
Uh-huh.
The wing might have been in the way. Angles.
Yep, angles. Everybody knows about that.
So, he looks it over for a minute and says, "This is interesting. It reminds me of something I read a while ago, but I was in Lokiel. I wonder if they'd have any books here that might help. Did they say why they wanted to burn it? I don't understand."
I'm actually going to ask you, Travis. Did they tell me about Shardoon, or did you tell me?
The Chardoon stuff you learned was, I thought, what Charlung had sussed out about it.
Well, somebody told me about Shardoon. I don't remember if it was them, because that was a while back.
Mm-hmm.
But I will just mention that Shardoon was mentioned. Not very nice god.
No, he's not. Well, I mean, depending on how badly you want an answer and how open you are to discussing the question with people, there's a Charduni temple here. It's not particularly well attended, but all of the victors, with the exception of Vangal, have a temple here. So we could go talk to a priest of Chardoon.
I think I'd be interested in that.
Okay. I'm happy to accompany you. I don't have any real agenda until the actual party starts. So even if they were to get testy about it, they'll be less so with me there.
Perfect. Nobody likes anyone that gets testy.
Indeed. Gets up and throws on his vestments.
I guess I'll clothe up too. Cloth up.
Well, we should get some food first. I feel like
good.
I could eat a horse.
What?
And they step out, and while Charlie and Ithrin are eating, and just start shoveling food into their faces as well. At least Roan does. I don't know how Taan eats, but Roan is definitely like, grabbing like a turkey leg and like mid chew, like, oh, you gotta try out over there. It's really good. Pouring the wine down.
I would also be relatively aggressive because I sometimes forget to eat, depending on the sin that was in charge.
That's fair. Lulu, you wake up to the sound, like you can sort of hear this boisterous breakfast taking place in the next room.
Well, if I can hear breakfast, I probably have to go participate.
You come walking out. Charlie, Ithrin, Taan, Roan. There's a couple of just the acolytes of Enkili that are there as well. The general mood seems to be good. The rest of the people at the temple appear to be excited about the upcoming revelry, and they're talking about various different plans that they have, up to and including something they keep referring to as interruption roulette.
I'm going to ask what that is when I hear someone get excited about it.
Okay. I'll explain. So, as followers of Enkili, we all like a good prank every now and again. So we like to find bards that are in the middle of a very gripping performance. And then there's a spell that we know that lets you just slightly interrupt the flow between a spellcaster and their effect. It's usually mostly harmless, but really what it boils down to is they go to cast one spell and wind up casting a different one. Very, very funny when somebody is in the middle of, say, trying to tell a story and they bring up a little illusion. Instead of bringing up a little illusion, they accidentally light their pants on fire. Usually good for a laugh. We have a contest every night of Chronicles to see who can have the funniest interruption.
That does sound funny as long as there's no fireballs.
There's only been 2 fireballs that have ever happened when we've done this.
Oh, good.
They were mostly harmless.
Mostly.
Yeah, if you want to come hang out with us, we're going to go scope the market, see who's setting up, see what's coming into town.
I think that I will go with them just because I know that Charlie is probably going to go out and play, and I will probably try to not let them do that to her.
Yeah, they are saying that like in full view of everyone, so you hear them say that, Charlie.
Not like a huge user of magic during my show, which I pretty much play music, so I don't think I probably am a great target for them.
Right on.
Does anybody else want to come with us?
Roan says, we're headed to the temple, to the Temple of Chardoon, but we can accompany you on the way.
That sounds like a plan. Halfway through, I might decide to ditch him if something gets crazy anyway.
That's fair. So you all finish shoveling food in your face, and you're kind of at least initially heading out in the same direction. So this group is making their way downtown. Check out the events. And lastly, that leaves us with Jean. So Jean, you wake up in the alley behind the bar that you had intended to spend the night in?
Okay, that sounds like Jean.
And when you wake up, there are a couple of angry manticora right next to you, kind of standing over you. They
Can I help you?
as your vision clears up, it occurs to you that you recognize these Manticora. You had a couple weeks back, you had been involved in a game of chance. It was a hot hand for about the first half of the night or so. And then things just got kind of progressively worse and escalated. And you ever have one of those nights where you really feel like luck is on your side despite all evidence to the contrary? It was one of those kind of nights. And you remember now that you are in the hole with these folks for about 500 gold.
Hi, gentlemen. Oh, hello. What a lovely... Are you having a good festival? I'm having a great festival. I never thought I'd see it. It's so good to see you boys again.
Mm-hmm. Do you got any money?
Mm-hmm. You know, I do. Not on my person. You see, I fell on strange times. Not on my person, but somewhere around here, I have every gold penny that I owe you. And if I was actually out here looking for it, that's what I was doing out here. I was looking for your money.
You were looking while you were snoring in a dirty alley?
I thought maybe I would divine it somehow. You know, it's called sleep magic is what I was doing. I'm trying it out. It's a new thing.
I see. Well, while you are in the process of doing that, we're sitting here owed some cash and running out of time. But you're in luck today, Jean. We have found a situation that's going to give you the ability to pay off your debt. Doesn't that excite you?
It's so exciting. I got the vapors thinking about it.
Good. You see,
what happens to be this lovely opportunity?
You see, here's the deal. My cousin, she's cute, she's ambitious, she ain't none too bright. She took a job at the Hunter's Library, and she was meant to be escorting one of the creatures on a field excursion so that a couple of the librarians could witness it in the wild. Well, needless to say, things went sideways. Critter got loose, ate one of the librarians, and ran off.
That's some critter.
It is. So she come to me crying. She's going to be in huge trouble and might be brought up, on charges in front of the Pride Mother if the beast doesn't get returned. Not to mention, all the difficulties that might cause for the impending festival.
Mm.
So I told her that she's my cousin, and she's sweet, not too bright, that I would help solve this problem for her. And since you owe me some money, I volunteered you.
That is very industrious of you.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears that I am so obliged to assist you. What is that? So what do you need me to do? What am I doing for you?
The creature was taken out to the clearings about 2 miles north of the back edge of the library when it got loose. The area, I'm told, is marked with a stick. It's got a librarian's tabard hanging off of it, which is where they buried what was left of the poor guy after he got chewed up. That was where the critter was last seen. All you gotta do is hunt it down, bring it back, preferably alive, but, you know, they didn't specify, and I'm not too particular.
I love hunting things. I love killing things, but I also love a challenge. So this is advantageous for all of us. I cannot wait to help you. I can't wait to help you help me. This is a lovely opportunity, and I thank you for it.
Sundown tomorrow at the latest. Have that thing back at the library. Come find me when it's done.
Mm-hmm. Yes, gentlemen. Thank you.
What you're looking for is a blade beast.
Well, I'm familiar with the blades. I don't know if I tussle with the beast.
If your chat's working, sorry, Astral's having some tech issues today. Why don't you go ahead and give me a let's do nature or history, whichever you prefer.
I'm going to go with history, which I can't find in Astral, so I'm going to find here.
Yeah, if you want to use just the D&D Beyond die roller, that's fine too.
Yeah, history, I have a better modifier. Okay. $23.
Nice. Not too bad. Oh, you know what a blade beast is, all right. Let's see. In the show for me? No. So, imagine they're a Titan spawn creature. And the way that they were designed, the thing that they were built to do is absorb the bladed weapons of divine warriors into their flesh.
Sorry, repeat that again?
Yeah, absorb the bladed weapons of divine warriors into their flesh. So humans and the divine races, the ones who are fighting on the side of the gods, you attack a blade beast with something metal, it pulls that metal thing into its body. And those various blades all stick out and stab everything that gets near it and make it very dangerous. It's also got sort of this internal heat. So imagine like a jaguar. It's about the size of a horse with sort of subsurface skin illumination from the heat inside of it, and just swords and spears and axes and shit sticking out of its hide. Then the way it was used in combat was that the Titan worshippers, when a blade beast had enough weapons and it had taken away enough weapons, they would kill it so that it would explode and drop all the weapons out for them to use.
That's amazing. How do you kill a blade beast?
Carefully.
Okay. All right. Which is, man, Jean must really be quite literally shitting herself. Blades are her favorite thing, and this is not working out well. This isn't going to go well for her.
Yeah. So they walk off and say, sunset tomorrow.
This perfect. It's perfect. No problem at all. I got this. Blade beast. No problem.
And as soon as they're out of sight and you kind of make your way around the corner, you see the group heading up your way. Alan, you were off with a different group, right? You were not with
Breck.
You're with Breck. Okay. So yeah, Lulu and Taan,
Shopping for metal.
Ithrin, Charlie, and Roan, right? That was the whole group that was walking together?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you see them sort of around the corner heading your direction.
John considers the moment and sees her new friends.
Ithrin will
And
just
thinks
wave
of a
like,
way to
"Hi, how are you? There's so much food over there, and it's so good. You should try some. The wine is amazing." She takes like a muffin out of her pocket and starts eating it.
We had wine for breakfast. This is a good day.
Yeah, like you know how like when you drink a lot, you also get really hungry. I feel like Ithrin's there.
The Denny's portion of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Morning. It is morning for clarification.
Yeah.
Good
It's
morning.
8 in the morning and
Ithrin.
Ithrin's trashed. It's great. She doesn't have a problem. It's fine.
New friends. Oh, you're all having a good time. I see. This is when you enjoy the festival. The day before is the real festival. That's what the people know who work it. Listen, I understand y'all. Y'all like to, travel and find things, right? You got to pick things up as you travel. Like I understand. I've seen you look. I know you look.
Rick is like stroking his beard and just watching you talk a lot and waiting to decide how he feels about whatever's going to happen.
No, we're not there, Breck. We're out somewhere.
Yeah, you two are
I'm sorry.
elsewhere. Yep.
Oh, my bad.
So I might have an opportunity. Would you all like some weapons? Because I might have an opportunity for us to find a lot of weapons.
I mean, if you're talking about a fight, always down.
Kind of weapons. Like
Sharp kind of, my favorite kind of weapons.
Sword weapons.
Well, I'm sure if we get a sword, which we probably will, you could enchant it.
I could pay someone to for me.
Well, if you'd like some swag, all we have to do is just go to the back of the library over here somewhere. We gotta go find this thing. We just gotta, send it to its maker, and it will just drop more weapons than you know what to do with.
This sounds.
We can sell them at the festival.
Okay, I'm not opposed to this. This sounds shady. So I feel like we want a couple more details before we agree to this. Just see, I'm not opposed to the shady part. I just want to know what I don't know right now.
We gotta bring the healer.
Okay, look, it is shady. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is shady. I'm gonna level with you because we got some scrapes together, and where I come from, that means something. So I might have mayhaps made some decisions that, relieved some fools of some money they weren't using. Well, I came across the wrong fools.
How rich were they before you took their money?
I mean, they were doing fine.
Okay.
But
How
they
rich
took
are
it-
they right now?
I mean, I think they're still doing fine, but they took it personal. It's not so much about the money; it's the principle, which I understand. Mostly because I have to understand if I want to keep all of my limbs. And so I'm saying I can get out from under this situation with these dangerous fools. They just need me to take out just a little old creature for some kin of theirs. They got some kin. They're supposed to take out this creature. Couldn't take out the creature. They came to me. That's done. And I just figure that since this creature's MO is dropping a whole mess of things that could be valuable in the future, I could pay you with whatever that creature happens to drop. I get out from under these people. We all have a wonderful festival.
Okay, so I'm not opposed to stealing from motherfuckers who have it coming. I'm not.
I have a question. Would we be
I
able
got my
to
own history
tell
with
what the
that.
creature was from the
I-
clue?
As a druid,
One second.
I am interested in what kind of creature you want us to be going after.
I believe they called it a blade beast. A blade beast.
Travis, can I make a roll to figure out what a blade beast is?
None of you would need to. There's actually a place in Shelzar, because they wander the sweltering plains. So there are a group of Shelzari adventurers who have made quite a living going out and capturing them and dragging them into town where they publicly execute them. You've also seen them used in pit fights before.
Okay.
They're not easy to handle animals.
Have I fought one?
So my
You've never
my
fought one, no.
question from Ithran's perspective is like, are these like creatures who live in harmony with nature, or are they abominations? Who
Oh
need to
no,
be-
yeah, they're very much Titan spawn that were created for no purpose other than to harass and damage divine humanoids.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no.
Neat. That is all I needed to know. So then, Ithran will turn to Jean and say, "Blade beast, you say? Well, that's going to be difficult. But like you've said, we've been through some things together. Little bit of trauma bonding. If I were more sober, I would probably be a little more recalcitrant. But yeah, let's go get this blade beast."
Rowan just kind of puts up a finger for a second, and then just turns to Tan and says, "Do you want to go do that, or do you want to go to the temple?"
Lulu will be like, if you got stuff to do, me and Ithran got this. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think I necessarily.
Lulu, this is why we're friends.
Like, I don't think I need to go kill anything, nor do I like to do that. So I'm down to stick to the mission we're on right now.
But it's a blade beast, Tan.
I'm not that interested right now. Please stay.
I'll watch her. Don't worry.
I pat your head.
We should go find Breck.
What
Before we
about you, Charlie? Rowan says you wanted to go see about performances, right?
Yeah, like if there's places that you can't play or if there's stuff like that.
It occurs to you when you hear this, Jean, that this Manticora is probably a performer of some sort. I assume you're carrying what, a lyre? Is that what you play? Lute?
I don't know. What the fuck do I play? It's a good question. Why isn't D&D Beyond open anymore?
The whole internet has rebelled against us. But she is carrying a musical instrument and looking at places to play, so that may be an end for you to...
Make friends.
Exactly.
A dulcimer.
That's right.
Yeah,
Dulcimer.
I have a dulcimer.
What's your character's name, Sarah?
Charlie.
Wait, do I even know that? Does Jean even know that?
You were briefly introduced when, like, everybody was like, "Oh, hi! Hey, we all made it! Woo!"
Well, Charlie, I have an established booth at this festival. And this being an incredibly valuable quest for me, I would be more than willing to, share that spot or even trade off that spot with you. You need to make a little coin. I need to kill a blade beast. I feel like this works out.
All right. I mean, I'm cool. Blade Beast.
Rowan says, "May Ankili bless you all," and takes Tan's hand and says, "We'll catch up with you."
I definitely think when he takes my hand, I'm a little like, what the? Oh, yeah.
Tan's got a boyfriend.
And they take off. So the rest of you are going to go try to find Breck?
Yes. Well, Ithrin will suggest that we go find Breck before we attack this blade beast. Because it seems like having Breck for that is a good idea.
And Breck, you are with Aland, correct?
Yeah.
And you two were looking for metal.
Mm-hmm.
You like hitting the shops?
Yeah. Because you said that if I wanted to make like weapons that have higher stats, I needed a different metal.
Sure, yeah. So you are you're looking for like adamantine or mithril or something along those lines, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you come out into the sort of Stall Road area. Ooh, come on. Hit the right button. Thank you. You see that about half of the stalls are fully set up, ready to go. The other half are in that sort of like opening of the swap meet chaos where everyone is like throwing their tent together and, putting out their stuff, arguing about the layout of their presentation with their coworkers and things like that. It's chaotic, it's loud, but there are several places that are offering services already. As you're walking along, you said you just half a second here. Why don't you both give me an investigation check?
Sorry, it's loading again.
19.
If D&D Beyond is easier to roll on, you can do that.
I got like a 4. So I'm like out of it, I guess, today.
Yeah, you're just kind of looking around like, whoa.
She's like, so many guards I could smash.
And what did you get on yours, Breck?
19.
Okay. So you find, and you're looking for spellcasters specifically, right? Or are you also looking for metal?
Yeah, I was trying to help her
first.
first.
So you find a tent called the Iron Arrow is the placard that's hanging out in front of it. And you see there's a iron-bred woman sitting behind the counter. It looks like it's mostly bows, arrows, things along those lines. But you do see there's like a small forge in the tent. It's the first thing that leaps out to you as being possibly metal related.
Hey, Olin, look.
Okay, let's go there.
Okay.
You two walk up. She's sitting behind the counter, sort of stringing up a bow. She looks up and says, "What can I do for you?"
You open for business?
Yeah, open enough to do business.
I was looking for mithril or adamantine, if you've got any.
Looking for ore? You looking for worked plates? What are you looking for? I don't have any here, but I'm people who knows people, so I can probably get you some.
I would probably want some ore so I could work it into whatever I want.
Sure. Yeah, are you talking... most of the people I know that deal in ore deal in it in a bulk sort of rate, but you're looking for more of a personal use amount?
I'm looking for quite a big amount. I'm going to make like a set of things, so I'm probably going to need a bit of it, not just like one, you know? I'm not just going to make one thing with it, so...
Sure, there's Anders Mossbeard. He's got a tent up the north way there. He's a dwarf out of the Kelder Mountains, but he usually has sort of your more exotic metals on lock. He might be the guy you're going to want to talk to. Tell him I sent you and he won't, screw you over.
Awesome. And what's your name?
She reaches out to shake your hand. She says, Violet Sorenhoof.
Nice to meet you, Violet. And as I shake her, like, I feel like I have a silver or something in my hand to shake her hand with it, like to thank her and tip her for the information.
You spend a silver and she kind of chuckles at it and puts it,
Is that enough? I'm like, is it not enough?
Just insulted her honor.
No,
good job.
No, I feel it was not a copper, so I feel
make an insight check if you want to.
Oh no, you just tell me, Travis. Is that enough? Jesus. 16.
Okay, so actually you get the impression that she doesn't seem to much the coin doesn't seem to matter as much to her. She doesn't really have an appreciation for it. She seemed you're guessing by her expression that she's a lot more interested in barter and in services and things like that than she is money. I mean, money spends and that's fine, but she's not insulted by any stretch.
Okay, good. Like this is in Japan, you know?
Right. No, nothing like that.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
So you make your way up to Mossbeard's tent and tells you, well, yeah, I can get you ore. For adamantine, we usually do 5 platinum per pound. For mithril, it's 7 platinum per pound.
How many gold is a platinum?
10.
Okay. Violet said you'd give me a good price.
Ooh.
Did she know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can do... if you do 100 pounds or more, I can go.
Jesus Christ.
I can go 5 pounds, or I can go 4 per pound on the adamantine, 6 per pound on the mithril.
That's a lot. How about you do that price? I get how much I want, but I also give you something that I've made.
He chuckles. So you think you can craft something to impress a dwarf?
I do.
Pretty bold statement.
I'm a pretty bold blacksmith.
Oh, that was nice. Breck tries to like side fist bump you. That was good.
He tugs on his beard and chuckles a little bit and says, "I'll tell you what. I give you the price you're asking. You bring me an item that's going to impress me with its craftsmanship by the end of the Night of Chronicles.
All right.
If I'm not impressed, you can work off the difference."
Sounds good.
How many pounds you need?
You said 5 a pound of adamantine?
It's four a pound. If he's giving the bulk price, it's 4 per pound for the adamantine, 6 per pound for the mithril.
Let me look at how much I have. Anyone platinum is 10 gold.
Yep.
I'm going to do 5 pounds of adamantine.
Okay.
Awesome.
It gives you 5 pounds of adamantine ore. You could probably work that into like 10, 15 pounds worth of actual functional adamantine, like weaponry or armor.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you need for all the stuff you want to make, Olin?
This should probably be enough. So that's like 100 gold, right? Or I can just put 20 platinum, right?
Mm-hmm.
That didn't do the math for me.
Oh, and D&D Beyond, I don't know that it breaks down. Like, yeah, I think you have to break out the math.
Damn.
I
got it.
And then Breck, while that exchange is going on, you are able to gather that there are a few spellcasters who come, aside from the gaggle of bards that are here, many of which might be able to provide that spellcasting service. There are a few places that routinely send wizards to set up either booths where they sell services, booths where they recruit. All of the war colleges of Derakeen actually have like a recruitment booth here in case somebody wants to sign up as well, and some of those practice magic. The Phylacteric Vault sets up a booth here that's largely about their main focus is to advise people on any magical items, so you can bring something there to have it identified, to find out what it does, what its risks might be, the lore surrounding it, things like that. But they also are known to sell spellcasting services if needed. And there are 3 tents that are operated routinely by Hallowfaustian doctors, who probably aren't terribly useful for what you're looking for, but if you need somebody like reanimated from the dead, they can help.
Good to know.
Yeah. Hallowfaust being a city that's famous for its necromancy.
It's nice to have hobbies. So I guess I will go talk to the people who are the advisors and can identify
Right. They haven't arrived yet. What you're told is they'll probably be there either overnight or first thing in the morning, setting up their booth.
Excuse me. Is anybody of those, thank you, people who can do those things available? I feel like if they weren't there, I'll just walk around and see if anyone can do it.
There are some Holofaustines there, and the place is overrun with bards. So you may be able to find a bard that would be able to cast that spell for you. Why don't you go ahead and give me let's do an investigation roll.
Okay. 5 + 6 is 11.
Okay, yeah. As you ask around, you find a bard who says she knows some people that might be able to help you. She can't cast it herself, but she's like, I know a couple people from the college that might be able to give you a hand. Maybe you can help me out too. My name is Rizzy. She's a manticora, but you notice she's where other manticora have light fur, like on the face and things like that. She doesn't have any fur at all, and her skin has a slightly greenish hue to it. You think she might be maybe half orc. And she says, I just finished at college, so I know some people, but I could really use some help myself. So maybe we could exchange services, and I could get you, that spellcasting service as a favor.
Okay, that depends. What do you need? As I eyeball Olid, and I'm like, I don't think she's gonna kill her, but let's just see before I go offering an adventure. What do you need, Rizzy?
Okay, so there's a bard that's going to be here tonight who's sort of, going to be here tomorrow night, who's sort of, I guess, famous, kind of a rock star, named Dradaki Bronzeleaf. And I would really like to impress him. I was hoping I could put together a group of people to perform maybe like a heroic story, show off some amazing deeds or something like that.
Breck is like, you came to the right Hollow Legionnaire. What do you need, my friend?
You look like adventurers. Like, do you have like an epic story of some cool stuff you did sometime, or can you maybe?
Dude, there's legends about her hammer. We don't have to
murder.
Yeah, legends.
Ooh, murder. People like murder. If it bleeds, it leads.
There you go. Yes, we have stories.
Well, I tell you what, I'll get a round of drinks and you can tell me all about it. Let's go, and then I'll introduce you after we're done figuring this out. I'll introduce you to my professors at the college. They should be able to help.
Breck was like on the edge, and now he's so down. He's like, this was destiny. We're supposed to get our spell here. Did you see this, Olive? This is where we get the tattoo.
I feel like Breck and Olland are like Dwyer and April Ludgate when they're like talking about Halloween, and it's like there will be blood there if someone will die. Oh, fun! And I'm just like murder. They're like in fights and battles and so cool. And blood. This is the best. I love it.
And as you are sort of wandering off and handling that business, how do you intend to track down this librarian, Haiku?
I was planning on stopping by like the library first.
Okay.
And just kind of scoping it out, seeing if anybody fits the description.
All right. You make your way into the Hunter's Library and immediately realize that not only is 2/3 of the people on the street that you see Manticora, but almost everyone who's working at the library is a Manticora. You don't really have a description, you have a name.
What is everyone doing in the library?
Sort of. There's a lot. There's a lot of milling about. There are people that are studying. You see that there's a couple of people that are like clearly taking others on like a tour. Kind of showing them around.
The people being taken on a tour, are they people that are going to be working there, or are they just like guests of the library?
Looks like they're like tourists.
Tourists. I guess I'm gonna walk around here for a bit. One, so I don't look suspicious. I just walked in and walked out of this library for no reason. In my armor and my cloak and stuff. But I'm just gonna like listen to conversations and then see if I hear anybody like drop any names that would like lead me to like this person.
Sure, give me a perception check if you don't.
Oh boy. 13.
So you overhear a couple of librarians talking about a mishap. And they mention the name of the person that you were sent to kill. And they explain, and you hear them talking about like the accident. Yes, the creature is still on the loose. We're doing our best to locate it. Someone just fell off the call.
Yeah, Tori.
Tori.
That's all right. We'll all fall back where we're supposed to be, theoretically. So it sounds like from what you can pick up that this person was either injured or killed when some sort of creature that was in their charge escaped yesterday.
Wait, the person who was watching it was killed, or
yes. So like the specifically the person you were sent to hunt.
They're dead?
That's what it sounds like.
Interesting. I'm gonna walk up to them and I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it over here. There's like a beast on the loose?
Yes. One of the blade beasts from the library. We were taking it out for observation in the wild, and it slipped its keeper's bonds.
I and my group are something of adventurers. What can you tell me about the keeper and what happened, and just like where was this at? Where would this beast be at? Where can I find it? Maybe I can help bring this down.
Oh, that's very kind of you. We haven't a whole lot of coinage to spare at this point, but would be willing to offer you access to the library's resources if there's anything you need, if you could return the beast to us.
That'd be great. Any of the resources would be great.
Yes, in fact, why don't we have you speak with... we were not present. I do know that the beast was last seen to the north behind the library. But we can have you speak with the librarian who was with them, one of the librarians who was with them. Wait here.
What?
They take off. They're gone for feels like forever, but in reality, probably 10 to 15 minutes. They come back and they say, she feels well enough to, or I'm sorry, they feel well enough for visitors, so let's get you back there. They escort you back into a room. The room they take you into, it looks more like a hospital bed than something you'd see in a library. White sheets, very clean. You can see that there's a cleric that's attending the wounds of this manticora who's laying in bed. And it looks like there are several jagged wounds on the manticora's body. Looks like whatever they fought really ripped the shit out of them. But they are alive. And
I'll approach and say, hello. Just kind of caught off guard.
Can I help you?
I couldn't help but overhear that you might have a blade beast problem. I'm looking to help.
Oh, that would be very nice. Yes, I was accompanying some of the other, a younger librarian, unfortunately, who did not make it, and then one more of our trainees who survived, thankfully, when the Blade Beast turned on us. It was rather terrible.
I'm gonna look around in the room and look for something I can write on and something to write with, and I'm gonna pretend like I'm taking notes and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna say, okay, and your name?
I am Pirna. This is the one that you were sent for.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask her okay, and the people that were with you?
Well, there was Lena, she's the one that didn't make it. And then there was Camille. Camille did survive.
Okay. And where were you at when this happened?
We were headed to the woods to the north. Just probably half hour's travel beyond the library grounds.
You said there's a cleric here attending to her wounds, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's not good. Okay. What can you tell me about the beast? How big was it? How many is it, was it an older beast that had a lot of blades in it? That should be
it was
my distance anyway, but was it how big am I talking?
I mean, it was a full-grown adult that had seen several battles.
Okay. Do I know a lot about blade beasts?
Go ahead and give me let's do a nature or history.
Either way, it's a 0 modifier. And I'm gonna, I don't know anything about it. I rolled a 2.
Yeah, you're I've heard about them. Sounds.
Do you know
great.
if the blade beasts are vulnerable to anything?
Not specifically. They certainly don't respond as favorably to bludgeoning weapons as they do to sharp ones.
Okay. Do you know if they're if fire is especially harmful to it?
That's an excellent question. I'm going to find out.
Okay. I'm totally just bullshitting, just trying to find a way how I'm going to figure this out. I'm just okay, just keep talking.
That's fair.
Also, I'm just looking around the room for any exits. I'm just kind of just scouting the room. Anything I could that's useful to me.
Give me a perception check if you don't mind.
Okay. It's going to be a 16.
Okay, yeah, so there's a window that's behind them. You would have to like literally crawl up onto their bed to get to the window, but that would let you out to the outside. Looks like it would put you basically behind the building with respect to the front street. So not a bad escape route.
Or a route to break in later.
That's also a possibility. And you're guessing that unless they receive some sort of like magical healing, they're probably going to be in this bed for a few days.
Yeah.
They look like they're in pretty bad shape.
And I could probably one-shot this person if I needed to, right?
Oh, almost certainly, yeah. And the priest that's attending them right now does not appear to be like a, powerful and storied cleric. It looks like it's like an acolyte who, maybe knows like cure wounds and some pain relief type spells. Doesn't seem like they're dropping a bunch of magical healing on this person.
Okay. I just got to be super careful about this, especially considering what's gone through with my patron lately. So.
And they explain to you that, no, it is in fact resistant to fire as well as bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons, basically.
It's resistant to fire?
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Are we alone in this room besides this cleric? It's me, this priest, and this and the Pirna, right?
Yep.
All right. Okay. I would like. Is Cybolt? Is that like a big like show, or is it kind of like just like literally like mental, like something happens, this person goes down?
Unless you have like a subtle spell meta magic, it would be obvious. Because what are the components on it? Like verbal, somatic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to speak and move to make it happen.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna be like, okay. Thanks. This information was really helpful, and I'm gonna see my way out. But keeping in mind, I know an entrance to get in here through that window for later.
All right, cool.
And I'm basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stealthily like hang out back there and just keep like find some kind of like vantage point where I could see through that window and know if the priest was in there or not.
Okay.
And hopefully I can do that by the end of the day. If not, I'll just go back home and come back another time.
Are you gonna hang out for the day and watch?
Yeah, I'm gonna just like scope out that window.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check if you don't mind.
Okay. Something I'm good at. That's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah, you definitely go up a tree and you're good to go.
Okay, I'll just scope here.
All right. The rest of you get out into the wilderness, the area where this attack took place. When you get there, it's very obvious that there has been some violence recently. There's like some broken down tree limbs and shit like that. Definitely something bad went down. Anybody want to make like a you use nature to try to track any magic you want to use to try to track it down?
I would like to.
Yeah, if Ithran's here, I'm good at nature.
I have beast sense, but that's see-through through a beast's eyes. I don't think that's going to be anything good.
I don't know how much help I'll be, but I'll
I rolled a 17 on nature.
Okay. You can clearly see the tracks. You can see what had happened was it slipped its yoke. They tried to restrain it, like grapple with it, which was a notoriously bad idea. Pretty much wound up impaling themselves in the process.
Oh no. Yeah, I'll point out the tracks. Is it possible to tell if the blade beast itself was wounded?
As near as you can tell, it was not.
Okay. Yeah, so Ithran will also convey that information, and just get people to, hey, everybody, be on your toes.
Does Ithran know anything that attracts them? Like, should we swing a sword around or something? Or
do I?
You do know that they can detect the presence. They can smell the presence of metal. You also are aware that they are incredibly aggressive, like remarkably. So if they run across a living creature, they're going to attack it, almost without exception.
I will convey all of that information. So enough of us are armed and armored that we will probably attract its attention. Which is a good thing, because we want to kill it, but also stay aware so you don't get ambushed, essentially, is what Ithran will convey.
Can I swing the scythe on a chain to like kind of propel the smell a little bit farther?
Sure, if you want to, yeah, absolutely.
Don't want to, but need to,
So it's just the four of you, right? Charlie, Ithran, Lulu, Jean, correct?
I think so.
All right. You're out there swinging around your metal and hunting the thing down for about probably an hour or so. Following its tracks, that sort of thing. When you come upon kind of underneath this tree here, what looks like a disemboweled owl bear.
Oh good.
Looks like it was.
That's nasty.
Right.
Looks like it was shredded apart. Almost like someone took like a hand tiller and just ran it up and down the entire torso of this thing a couple hundred times. It's just cut marks going every which way but loose all over its torso. Its guts seem to have been like pulled out and roped across the ground. I
think we're on the right path, guys.
It had a bad time.
Yeah, so owl bears don't die easy.
Owl bears do not die easy. That is true.
Not.
And what, pray tell, is everyone's passive perception score?
Oh no.
I want to add, I have danger sense. I don't know if that adds anything.
Oops. That just means that you can't be surprised.
Okay. Passive.
My passive perception is 14.
Me too.
Excellent. Cool. So as you're sort of looking through this, can you real quick look up Danger Sense on D&D Beyond and read it to me?
I can definitely try to, for sure.
You should be able to just tap it and it should just show it.
Yeah.
Features, traits, let's see. Danger sense, here we go. I have advantage on dexterity saving throws. I have the uncanny sense of when things are nearby. When they shouldn't be, I get an edge to dodge away from danger. So dexterity saving throws, like against things I can't see, traps, spells, and I gain this benefit, and I can't be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Okay, but you can be surprised. You just have it doesn't specifically say you can't be surprised, correct?
Correct.
Cool. So, as you're sort of investigating this body, you're all kind of caught off guard, though you have the benefit of hearing kind of a snap just a moment before everyone else does.
Who is that at?
Oh, at Lulu, sorry, because she's got the danger sense.
Broke up really bad.
I'm sorry, Lulu. You hear like the slightest snap of a twig, just as something drops out of the tree above at you, and that.
So I have time to be like, ah.
You have time to be like, ah. That's about it. So fortunately for you, you were not its intended as it drops down. I had this sucker laid out, but I don't. Oh. Yeah, I do. This drops out of the tree, aimed directly at Jean, because why not?
Yep, that's.
I'm a war buddy.
It's because you have so many knives.
Do all of those hit? I assume the 9 does not hit, correct?
Wait, what happened?
What's your armor class?
13.
Okay. So you get, it lands on you and bites. Takes a chunk out of your shoulder, dealing you 10 points of piercing damage.
Not your new tattoo.
The impact does another 7 bludgeoning to you.
Ugh. Meow.
Let's go ahead and have you all roll initiative real quick.
Four.
15.
22.
So I got 15 for Ithrin, and I got a 20. Is that what I heard from Charlie?
Yep.
And Lulu got a 4. I'm sorry, you said 15, right, Ithrin? Excellent. All right. Jean, you have the first action. What would you like to do?
Well, I certainly don't want to stab it.
That's probably accurate.
Where am I at right now? Well, I can't. I also don't suppose I have the time to like heal anything really.
I mean, you could cast a spell. It has knocked you prone and is over you, though it's not like grappled with you.
So I'm prone. That's not a good look.
I'll move it to where you are at. There you go. And as you can see by the relative size of it compared to your tokens, it's not a small creature.
No, it's sure not.
We're all very happy about that. Travis. Thanks for pointing it out.
Well, I feel like my only option is that I can yell at it. Because I can't like swipe at it, obviously, because I'm on the ground, right?
You can, yeah. You just if you make an attack while you're prone, you make that attack at disadvantage. You can spend half your movement to get up, but it is like over you, so it might bite at you when you try to stand up.
Okay, well I'm gonna try and stand up and use my claws.
Okay. Go ahead and give it a swipe. 20 will hit. Absolutely. So go ahead and hit that damage roll. Excellent. And your claws are not magical, I assume, correct?
Right.
So you rake your claws across it, and you barely scratch the surface of it. You also have a hard time getting a solid hit because of all the sharp areas pointing out of it. Like it's like trying to stick your hand in a moving blender and like tap the bottom of the plastic without catching your finger. It's very difficult to reach its actual flesh. So you just give it the slightest scrape, and it lets out this like horrendously aggressive growl at you. And I assume that finishes your turn, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Charlie, what would you like to do?
Eldritch Blast.
Sweet.
Charlie's not messing around.
I mean, it's a cantrip.
I didn't even know you could do that. That's dope.
Right,
yeah, you roll attack on it, yeah.
I was like, wait, is Charlie a warlock now?
No,
Right,
it just
where'd that come from?
my what do you call it, Travis?
Bard College?
There you go. Gives it to me. 23.
All right. That will hit. Absolutely. Go ahead and drop that damage.
Are you fucking kidding me? One damage.
All
Like
right.
the shittiest count ever.
You hit it, and it like turns over and looks at you and like hisses, and then looks back at Jean.
Pride.
Ithrin, what you got?
So I'm looking at the map. Where is the blade beast?
Do you not see the giant? You might need to refresh.
Okay, because I
if you-
see copy of blade beast like
Well,
way
yeah.
over yonder.
Oh, it should. I mean, it's 40 feet from you.
Oh, okay. So cool. I wasn't sure if it was like looming over Jean or not, but so it is 40 feet away.
From you,
No,
yeah.
it's by me and John.
But, right, but Jean
Okay.
is over there too.
Okay. All right. So I would like. Okay. All right. It comes through now. Okay. So I would like to cast Entangle.
Okay.
And sort of like position it like maybe like here. I don't know if that's showing up.
I'm not
But,
seeing anything, but like north of it.
Yeah. So it captures the blade beast, but not everybody else.
Sure, and that's a 20 foot.
Yes. And so it must make a strength saving throw, DC 15, or be restrained by entangling plants until the spell ends. On a success, it frees itself.
Strength save, you say?
15.
Yeah, it does. Oh no, it is entangled.
Hooray. You're welcome, guys. Now kill it.
Does it say anything about damaging those vines, by the way?
Let me look that
Entangle?
up. No. A creature restrained by the planes can use its action to make a strength check against spell save DC. When the spell ends, the conjured plants wilt away.
It doesn't say anything about their interactions with fire or sharpness.
No. But I mean, seems reasonable to me. Yeah, then Ithran's gonna stay where she is, because that's a nice, safe distance away from this creature.
That's fair. That brings us to the Blade Beast's action. So the Blade Beast is going to start struggling against its bonds. Does a 21 get it free?
Yes.
So you see as it rips itself free, like the stuff like literally cooking off of it, and like pieces being sliced away on the blades that are sticking out of it. And it jumps forward at Jean. And let's go with a full multi-attack routine. Why wouldn't it? All three of those, I believe, hit. So that's 6 piercing, 7 bludgeoning, and 11 slashing each.
God damn.
As you get mauled by this fucking blade beast that jumps on you.
Oh, the sounds John must be making.
Are you still alive?
That's a good question.
So it's a total of 18, 24.
24? Yes. I have 8 hit points left.
Excellent. Lulu,
I got you.
it is your action. What would you like to do?
What I like?
No, it's Lulu's turn. You're just going to stand there and bleed for a minute.
When I rage, it's not an action, right?
It's a bonus action.
All right, boom. Let's rage.
All right.
Number 1. Next, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to enlarge.
Okay.
Hashtag Sarla.
All right. That's an action.
Yes, I get 2 now, though.
You get 2 attacks. So you would have to wait to enlarge. Like if you enlarge, you can't attack. Because you only get the second attack when you use the attack action.
Oh. Okay, I'll enlarge still. But I do have a question. I'm not really sure how the magic of absorbing the swords works. So with my scythe on a chain or whatever, if I throw it at it and physically pull it back, can I pull it out of the beast, or is that not possible?
One way to find out.
It sounds like a trap. Okay. I'm done.
Okay. You have enlarged. Go ahead and...
Oh, well, I guess I'll go over to it. There we go. That way that I can at least take a little heat off of Jean.
Excellent. That brings us back to Jean's turn. What would you like to do?
I mean, not die is what I'd like to do. I'd like to bleed less.
I will literally yell to you, do what you gotta do, I got you. Can I like jump back a little bit? Can I get out of this thing's way?
Yes, you can use your action to disengage so you don't provoke an opportunity attack when you move away from it, but that will use your action, unless you have a cunning action that lets you do it as a bonus action. Or you can back up and take the chance that it will swipe at you and possibly hit you. But still have your action.
So, yeah. That one. Can I disengage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you disengage and back up. You can move up to your movement. I assume that's 30 feet, unless you drop on all fours and crawl away, which is 40 feet.
Which seems better. Let's do that.
All right. All right, you like lope away. Like,
Come towards the person who's going to heal you.
Yeah, let me go towards Charlie while I'm doing that.
All right, that's your whole turn, though.
Dope. That's fine.
All right, so yeah, you take off running this way.
Ow!
And you get over to Charlie, basically. So that worked out nicely. Charlie, it is your action. What would you like to do?
I'm going to do 3rd level Cure Wounds.
Nice.
I hate math. 17.
All right, you heal 17, John.
Damn.
And then I will also, weirdly enough, give Jean Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, very good.
Which seems like a funny thing to do, but you never know.
Amen.
There's nothing wrong with the bardic circle jerk. All right, Ithrin, it is your turn. What would you like to
You
do?
can't cast it on yourself, though, can you?
Okay.
No, but you could. No, but he could. She could then cast it on you.
Right, that's what I'm saying, is like,
Right.
she can't just cast it herself, so it's not like I'm
Right.
casting something on her.
Makes sense.
Hence the circle jerk.
Ithrin, what you got?
So Ithrin will grab her snowflake pendant and call upon its power to evoke a freezing sphere.
Okay. Go ahead.
It is a 60-foot radius, which I'm going to try and aim to not hit Lulu.
Okay.
No shit.
So you're gonna have. What's the range on it? You can. I assume you
The
can.
range is 300.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was gonna assume you can probably get more than 60 feet away with it.
Yeah.
So the center point would be. I don't know if you can see where I'm pinging, but that's the center point. So.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll aim for that and then evoke the freezing sphere, which it does 10d6 cold damage. Constitution save at 15 for half.
Okay. Drop those dice, and I'll drop the save.
That then?
Okay. Let me click
Travis?
over.
What's that?
Do I need to roll on this too then?
No. Did you see where I painted it out on the map? She threw it past.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of that.
I think your tokens are showing at a different place than they're showing on my map then, because...
Yeah.
Refresh. It's not refreshing well.
I don't know, Mijan and Ithrin were all like by each other.
Right, and
Yes,
she threw
but
it... Right, she
I'm throwing it
threw
away.
it away. So
It
it's...
was circled us.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'll
weird.
reload.
Yeah, if you look over at the Twitch screen, you should be able to see what I'm seeing anyway. Or reload the map, one of the two. But yeah, go ahead and roll that damage, and it got a
34.
34. All right, it got a
Uh-huh.
15 on its save. So does that make the save?
Oh, it just makes it.
All right, so it's half of 34 is 19.
17. I'm helping.
But it sure takes that cold, and it like you see like it's like pouring water on a campfire. Like smoke billows off of this thing. You see frost form on its on the blades that are sticking out of it. It's pretty raunchy, but it does survive though. Now, does that stay up?
No, it's instantaneous.
Okay.
But Ithrin will sort of notice like it burned off her plants, and now it's got this smoking effect. So she's gonna call out like ice magic. Use ice magic. Make it cold.
All right.
And that is my turn.
Excellent.
Do I get a move action?
You can move up to your movement. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, my movement is 30. I had to reload the map. It's taking a while. Can I move 30 feet to get into a good position to Cone of Cold it next turn?
As long as you can talk Lulu into backing up, yeah.
Okay.
You have 25 feet or 30 feet of movement?
30.
Yeah, you can get right there, but Lulu is absolutely in your way if you fire off a Cone of Cold.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll take the move action and then Lulu, duck!
Does ducking work against that?
Well, ducking is going to work against this multi-attack routine that's coming your direction, so... I assume a 10 misses you. Does a 14 hit you?
A 14 does hit me.
All right. So you take 5 bludgeoning and 8 slashing as this thing tears into you.
So I'm not immune. What's the other word?
Resistant to both of those.
Yeah.
So you'll take half. So it'll be a total of 13 to 6.
Okay.
Damn.
What's
It's
that?
important to be resistant when you're in the face of the danger.
Right. You can take a swipe at it and then back up if you want to. That will provoke an opportunity attack from it, but...
Can I use my second action or my second attack to disengage, or does that not count for that?
Doesn't count for that.
Okay.
Because it's what it is the way that extra attacks work in 5th edition is when you it doesn't give you an extra action. It just means that when you take the attack action, you get to make 2 attacks. Does that make sense? So you're not taking a different, like, more actions. You're taking one action. It just has more effects.
Can I put myself, like, behind it? So, like, it takes the cold and it's like a boulder?
You can try that. It's not gonna, like, a cone of cold just freezes everything in its way. There's no like, I got cover, so I'm okay. You know, you're just screwed.
Is there a different spell you could use, Ithrin? Because otherwise, like, I have to be in its face or I can't play.
I mean, you can swing at it and back up. You can, like, hit it and back up. You just will provoke an attack of opportunity if you do.
Or take the cold damage.
Or you can suck the cold damage.
That's true.
I could take another turn moving into a better position.
Okay. So I'm just gonna punch it in the face.
Okay.
That's the goal. And that is a 23.
Okay. The good news is you punch it in the face. That deals. What's your strength modifier right now?
+7.
All right, and then you also get to roll an extra D4 because of your enlarged.
And that's a 3. So 10,
right, so
and then
10,
my punch is 5. So that's 12, 15.
All right. So that is not magic. Or no, it is magical because you're enlarged. So it takes 15.
Can punch it in the face again.
Yeah, you've got 2 attacks.
Gonna punch. Do I have to roll again, or does
you roll
does
again?
It all
Yep.
fall under it? That's a 24.
That'll hit. So you do another 15 to it, or roll a D4 rather.
That time I only got 1, so it's a 13.
All right, so you deal 13 to it as you punch it in the face again. The downside to that is as you're punching it, you are busting your knuckles open on all these sharp steel objects that are sticking out of it, and you take 6 points of slashing damage.
So 3?
That's after reduction. It was 12 total. Like slicing your knuckles open as you're punching this thing.
Oh boy. Please don't hit me with...
And yeah, like you see this, John, it's probably the first time you've ever seen a 15-foot tall orc beat on something until its knuckles bleed. This is
This is metal as hell.
This is a new experience for you. And that brings us to Jean's turn. What would you like to do, Jean?
Well, I'm going to throw some healing word over in Lulu's direction.
Thank you.
It's a D4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 7. You get to heal Lulu.
Yay, thank you.
Groovy.
Anything else?
Who's after me?
Charlie's after you.
Charlie's after me. Okay. It's a very big orc. It's such a big orc. And I just want to make it bigger. Where is it? Can I use Aegis of the Gods?
No, because maybe. You are how far away from? Does it list the range on Aegis of the Gods?
Yes, I think. Oh, touch.
So you could run up and smack Lulu and then back up. Because you can move your full movement, right? So you could bound up on all fours, slap her on the ankle, and then back up.
All right. Well, I want to do that.
On the butt.
And give Lulu and might.
Okay.
Oh.
And so
What
that
is might?
Target has advantage on strength saving throws.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Sweet. And that wraps up your turn. Charlie, what would you like to do?
I guess I'm just gonna go back to the Eldritch Blast.
Pew!
That is also a 23.
That absolutely hits.
That time it was 3 hit points. Ha! I'm slowly chipping away at him.
Yeah, you blast a dagger tip off of its back.
You're all very welcome.
All right, Ithrin.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to move, looks like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet, so that the cone of cold is pointed northwest, essentially.
You're getting like right up in its face like so, or are you going back, are you going
what is
like
the
that?
best way to keep Lulu out of the cone?
Getting next to her.
Oh, it's going to hurt, but I'll do that.
All right. You fire off your cone of cold. It needs to make a save, is that correct?
Let me click over because I was staring at the astral trying to figure out angles. Yes, Constitution save, DC 15. Save for half.
Okay.
It is 8d8. Let me make those rolls.
It will make it save.
32. So 16.
Excellent. You step forward and again call on the power of the goddess and push this massive cone. And it absolutely drops. Not you. It absolutely drops the Blade Beast dead. The Blade Beast completely freezes and then like shatters, leaving a pile of swords and spears and various other magical items. But furthermore, every tree. What's the size of that cone?
It is. I gotta click back because I had to check off my charges. Chronicles, it is 60 feet.
So every tree that's touched in that cone, painting it, is very dead.
Oh boy.
Oh, I feel bad about that.
I'm glad you moved away from hitting me.
Like they completely froze over. The wood cracked, and they
Does it do the exploding sap thing?
Yeah, they're just you flash froze everything in that area.
Oh, I did. Ithrin feels bad.
And we'll get back to you all back in town. Taan, you've arrived at the Charduni Temple.
Active action.
It is a very small area. Barely looks like it would qualify as someone's private study, let alone a temple of one of the main gods. But yet here you are. And there is one lone priest there, dwarf, with sort of dusky gray skin, wearing like spiked armor, basically. Like imagine like if you saw Bram Stoker's Dracula, like that type of armor, but there's like sharp spikes protruding from it. And when you walk in, he says, "Greetings, my child. What brings you to seek the wisdom of the general today?"
The general.
It's one of the titles that Chardun holds.
Okay. It's like, who?
He's
They also have really good insurance deals.
He's the god of he's the god of military conflict and servitude.
Ooh.
So he's known as the general and the slaver.
I have a question to ask with one of your priests. Is that you?
As I am the only priest here, what can I do for you?
I think I kind of like look at
At Roan?
I suck so bad at remember his name. What's his name? Roan. There we go. I saw him. Roan. I look at him and I'm like, should I ask this?
He nods, kind of like, go ahead.
No. And so I'm like, so I have this mark, and I kind of like show my neck, and was kind of told, you might be an expert.
He hops up like on a chair so that you can look at your neck. Sort of waves you down. So you can get a closer look. And as he looks it over for a minute or two, and then sort of steps back and says, "How long have you had that marking?"
For probably almost 20-ish years. Don't really remember when I got it, or how long I've had it, or if I had it at all.
He says, I would like to confer with my books and perhaps say a prayer of meditation. Tell me, are you free? You're not owned?
Oh. I don't feel as though I am, so I think I am free.
Do you mind if I make a sketch of that symbol?
Sure, good.
He sort of.
Would you like me to lay down?
That could help, yes. Go ahead and make an insight check.
If you get kidnapped, OMG.
I'm pretty good at insight. Oh,
Is Amir's Taan so cheeky?
Wait, what?
She is that.
It's kind of her thing.
Tan's a bit on the cheeky side. What'd you get on your insight check?
24.
Okay, you're almost like disturbed at the level of giddiness. The priests of Chardoon are not known for being particularly cheerful folk. You know, they're very dour, very, rigid military, and, they worship a slaver god. They're not nice people. He seems to be not only very cheerful at what he's seeing here, but like extremely accommodating, like making sure you're comfortable, being extra polite to you, being too nice.
So I think while he's sketching, I would be having a conversation with Rowan, being like, so Rowan, how are you feeling about everything?
Rowan's like, oh, everything's, good. I'm looking forward to the celebration to cut loose a little bit. Things have been, stressful. So having a week to blow off steam sounds like a lot of fun. When you say so, and he sort of says to the Chardooni priest, and you can tell for every bit as like sweet as this Chardooni priest is giving you, they're giving that much sour to Rowan. Like you clocked the minute you walked in here that priest does not like Rowan for a number of reasons. There's still, especially like the further east you get on Gelspad, the more racist it becomes against Ironbred, which is one of the problems. But also, like the Chardooni tend to not be so forgiving of the redeemed races as maybe others are. So, like to his mind, Rowan might as well be a Titan worshiper. Also, he's a priest of a god that Chardoon doesn't like.
So I don't know how much Taan knows about all the gods, because she's herself just a monk.
Right.
Who technically doesn't follow the gods, from my own take of her hand.
Right. I mean, you probably have, like the working knowledge. Most people on Gelspad are polytheists. They pray to the god that is useful to them in the situation, right? If you're about to get into a fight, you might say a prayer to Chardoon. Or if you really want to fuck the person up, you might say a prayer to Vangal. If you're sick, you might say a prayer to Madriel for healing. If you're about to go hunting, you'll say a prayer to Tennille to help you hunt. That's kind of the way that it generally works for most people. Very few people are actually like, I am a devout follower of this god. And those are generally clerics.
Whom I'm in the presence of too.
Right.
Gotcha. Well, Ronan doesn't seem like he's upset. And a happy person is Tan's happy with happy people. So I'm glad you're so excited about this. I'm excited to understand what's going on. I'm not usually this clear-minded.
Oh, the Chardooni priest says, how do you mean?
Well, sometimes it's as though I am not a free person.
Well, I will refer to my notes with these. Are you in town for the duration of the festival?
I believe so.
Can you come back here at first light?
Sure. Hopefully.
Very good. Please do. He says, I must get to my studies, and steps into the back room.
So you weren't weirded out at all?
Rowan says, no, I was totally weirded out, but didn't want to let him know that.
Oh. I was hoping for some sort of like sign.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was weird.
No language that we could have. I guess I just don't care to make people feel uncomfortable.
Fair enough. Why don't you and I head to the library and see what we can find?
Sounds good.
All right. You and Rowan head to the library. As the sun is making its way sort of to the zenith of the day, and noon is crawling close, Haiku, you see Rowan and Taan making their way into the library from your vantage point. You have not seen the others yet.
Did the priest leave the room yet?
The priest has probably been in and out of the room a couple times, but never for very long.
Okay, I don't need very long. Whenever he like dips out real quick, I just want to. How far am I from the window?
How close do you want to be to it? I mean, you could be sitting up on the ledge if you want to. You got a fucking like 20 on your stealth.
All right, because I just want to be able to like, if anything happens, just be able to misty step out of there fairly quickly.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna. So next time as soon as he like opens the door to leave, I'm gonna like open the window a bit.
Okay.
And I want to just gotta do it quick. So I'm just gonna like stab Kirina
All right.
throat while she's on the bed.
You have advantage because they're prone and don't see you, so go ahead and make that attack check.
Okay. The 12 both times, so that puts me at a 17.
That will hit.
Okay. And that's a sneak attack, right?
Yep.
Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage.
So you come in with your dagger and go into the throat and like circle around and basically about 75% decapitate this person. Like their spine holds, but everything else is disconnected.
Sweet. And then as soon as that's done, I'm going to just climb back out the window and get out of here as fast as possible.
All right. So you break out. You are long gone before you ever see them, actually. And that's where we will wrap things up for this week. So we will come back next week to find out the aftermath of the Cone of Cold, check with the blacksmithing efforts of Alland, as well as the spell acquisition efforts of Breck, and follow up with what Taan might learn at the library. Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about today's session?
Nope. I went well.
I'm surprised Haiku didn't just surprise murder her whenever he got the chance.
I mean, he kind of did. He just waited till she was alone, like rather than doing it with an audience.
I'm not crazy anymore. I'm gonna actually think things out now. I'm not just gonna jump in and just like.
That's what I'm saying. That's so weird.
I'm sane again.
You're arcing. Your character is arcing.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Smarter.
Well, yeah, this was kind of a makeup session because we missed last week. We will be on next week. So let's do a quick round of goodbyes from everyone. Let's start things off. Oh, I didn't realize how bad the camera order got screwed up. Let's start things off with Lulu, who is in Taan's spot. Why don't you go ahead and tell us who you are, what you do,
My
who
bad.
you're
My
playing.
bad on that.
Hi, I'm Lulu, not Taan. I'm Allie. We had a good time. We got to fight a monster. I don't have anything creative to say. Support all of the fabulous artists here. They're awesome. And Travis, and look at all their content because the people I play with are awesome. I'm just not a creative. That's why I come to watch them be awesome.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you saying as much. Next up, we have Alan, who is in the right spot, miraculously.
Yay!
Just give us your pertinence, please.
Hi guys, I'm Milena. I play Holland, who just got some nice ore, so I can't wait to do what I'm gonna do with it. In real life, I'm an artist in Chicago, Chicagoland, and I have a Patreon. So if you like my stuff, go check it out. And that's it for me. And Bean is here now too.
That's correct. And you can see Milena's art, all of the icons that for the player characters, Milena and Mike did, and they also worked on Frostlands of Fenrirlic. So if you've seen that, you've seen their art. Mm-hmm. Amazing stuff. Next up, we've got Jean, who is accidentally sitting in Lulu's spot. Go ahead and give us your pertinent details, please.
That's me. I'm Malachi Hoskins. He, him. I play Jean, she, her. I'm at Malachi Hoskins on most things. I'm a writer for hire with a very curious cat. I have a book for sale soon-ish, as soon as Shopify figures their stuff out. I'm based in New Orleans, and I am really happy Charlie decided to come with us today.
Yeah, that was kind of an MVP life-saving. And you can are you still doing orders through your Linktree or no?
No, well, yes. Right now I'm trying to Shopify's messing my whole world up. But follow me on Instagram, and I have a Patreon where I write weekly essays on general goings-ons in New Orleans and or the world, as well as finished poetry and stuff that I'm still workshopping.
Sweet. Definitely check all of that stuff out. Next up, we've got, let's see, in Jean's spot, we have Taan. Taan, give us your pertinence, please.
Oh, I feel honored to have Jean's spot. My bad. I've phased out for a second, so I caused this chaos for once.
It's all right.
In this game, I don't cause as much chaos, so I had to do something. Let's see. I am Taan, which is she, her, who's maybe going to discover something about herself. Hopefully the sun doesn't go down and everything ruins. Like when I craft and I decide to rip up all the papers. But we'll try not to fall asleep for this. And otherwise, I'm going to be on game tomorrow with Rachel for Changeling the Dreaming. I'm so excited. A heist is going on. I'm very, very excited to see what happens when they melt away.
Nice. And that's over at the Onyx Path, twitch.tv/the Onyx Path. You start playing at 9:30 Eastern, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So definitely, if you have not yet done so, go over there and subscribe. Next up, speaking of, we've got Ithrin, and Ithrin is in the right spot, so go ahead and give us your pertinence, please.
Hooray! Hello, my name is Rachel. I play Ithrin. We are both she, her. You can find me on social media pretty much everywhere at Stolen Fires. Like Tori said, I'm going to be running Changeling the Dreaming tomorrow at the Onyx Path channel at 9:30 Eastern. It's going to be a lot of fun. The troll seems to have decided that he really, really wants to pick a fight with 3 technocrats. So,
that's going to go well for him.
Yeah. So, check out Technocracy Reloaded and Changeling 20th anniversary. It should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be over at Vorpal Tales playing Call of Cthulhu. It's a lot of fun. Very creepy. Lots of fun.
Awesome. I can roll. So definitely check that out. Vorpal Tales puts out a bunch of cool shows, and you're playing in their Scion game on Tuesdays too, right? Tuesdays?
Yes, more Cthulhu from a different game perspective.
Nice.
It's also a lot of fun. It's a good crew over there.
Rock and roll. Which reminds me that the Scion Kickstarter is starting next week too, so keep an eye out for that. For Scion Dragon and Scion Masks of Mythos. Next up, we've got Haiku, also in the right spot, miraculously. Go ahead and give us your pertinence, please.
Hey guys, I'm Mike Mutant. I play Haiku, both he, him. I'm a Chicago comic artist. Like stated before, me and Milena did the art for the Frostlands of Fenrilik book, and also all of the character pieces here. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/Mike Mutant, where I post. Dang, I forgot to post again today. Oh my god! So
you still have
post every Wednesday.
You still have 55 minutes of today.
I do. I'm gonna do that when we get off this again. Post the Page of the Freaks issue 2 on there. But other than that, I'm also on Instagram at Mike_Mutant.
Rock and roll. And I just threw the link for Frostlands in the chat, as well as the link for Mike's Patreon. And next up, that brings us to the MVP of the night, Charlie. Charlie, give us your pertinence, please.
Hello, I am Sarah Scheinerberg. I play Charlie. We are both she, her. I write books and I make YouTube videos about writing books and about random fuckery. And I'm Wordsmith Sarah everywhere except YouTube, where I'm Sarah Scheinerberg, author. So that's pretty much it.
And you also are the proud owner of a Patreon, correct?
I do also have a Patreon.
Excellent. And that's Wordsmith Sarah?
Yep. Pretty sure.
Yes. So I'll throw that link up in the chat. And while I'm doing that, Breck, who's also in the right spot, please give us your pertinence.
Hi, my name's Roz. I'm she, her. I play Breck, who's he, him. And I don't have a Patreon or any creative exploits. Get my money from the man who pays for all my nerdity and adventures. So that's what I do.
It's appreciated. Thank you so much for your service and for supporting nerdery with your hard-earned paycheck dollars. That's how we get to keep doing this.
Absolutely, sharing is caring, Travis.
Indeed. And I guess that leaves me. I'm Travis Legg, he, him. I'm the dungeon master here. And when I'm not dungeon mastering here, I'm dungeon mastering at other places. I am the programming coordinator for the Onyx Path Twitch channel, so make sure you subscribe here for sure, but also go over there and subscribe. That's cool programming. This week, I did release a new Scarredlands little thing over on Sluritian Vault called Pages of the Demigods. It's a little source book that goes into the various demigods on Skarn and their servants. So there's a couple of new creatures that are in there that are sort of messengers of the gods. And it's also got the stat blocks for an interesting god of the Scarredlands called the Flayed God, who was damaged horrendously during the Divine War to the point that he's in constant agony. And so he hunts down mortals so that he can skin them and wear their flesh so that he'll feel better for a few minutes. Good fun CR25 antagonist to throw at your party if you ever need. So that's in there as well. What else do I have to promote? I'll be back here Monday for Scarredlands Family Affair, and then the following Wednesday we'll be playing Sins of Shelzar again. I guess other than that, there's a vaccine on the way. Wash your hands, stay socially distant. Call your senators and demand that they follow up on this impeachment. And try not to have any more insurrections, America. It messes our day up. Be good to yourselves and each other. Stay safe. We'll see you again real soon.
Bye.